10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh, well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing tonight? Why am I getting? I'm getting an echo. Hold on a second. Let me find where this echo's coming from. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. I found the echo. I had the thing open on another tab when I went to go open the comment section. So I was like, I don't know if y'all could hear it, but I could fucking hear it. It was driving me.
I heard it start counting down.
I was like, no, I can't do that. The whole chat. Anyway,
last time I heard Matt in doubles was when we were drinking in Travis's hotel room.
That's true. I mean, I was slurring. I wasn't speaking doubles.
You were speaking doubles.
Well, I drank a lot of vodka that night.
You did.
So, I mean, it's to be expected. And by the way, I was drinking way more than anybody else.
Well, it also didn't help that earlier that night we were also doing karaoke and you had a couple beers at the.
Yes, that's true.
At the karaoke bar.
Karaoke night was fun.
It was.
We had fun that night. We got properly wasted and did karaoke that night.
Yeah.
It was. I was personally very entertained myself. I don't know that the audience was entertained by us singing. Especially when we got up there and tried to do Bohemian Rhapsody and we sounded like somebody was killing a cat. I was having a great time.
I was just
glad to be necessarily the audience was,
you know.
But I had a ball. So
I had fun too.
You know, take that for what it is. Anyway, we are here. It's welcome. It's welcome. I don't know. It's Week in Geek time. It's welcome. Brr. Anyway, we're here. I didn't do Geek Chat last week. I don't know. I just wanted the weekend off.
Oh yeah. Hey. You've been in a new word last night too. Dyads. Hey, dyads.
Dyads. Yeah. There you go. But we are here today. We've got Jared from Collector Express. We've got Duke Liberty. We've got our Lord and Savior Night Strike is here with us today, and we're going to talk about some geek stuff here.
So,
and Duke, did you have fun today?
Yeah. Got stuck in the mud. Fell right in the mud.
I wish your wife would have recorded that so that we could all enjoy that.
No, I'm good, man. But just chilling.
Anyway.
That would have been a great addition.
Man, I feel like I've just been saving shit up for 2 weeks. I don't even know if the stuff that I was going to talk about last week anybody even cares about anymore. But that's okay, because we're going to talk about it anyway. I don't care.
You see how it goes.
That's how it works. That's
Ooh, that's kind of cool. The Fortnite
Snake Eyes. God damn it.
And
you lucky bastard.
Now it's desk pop Fortnite.
Man, my Ollie sucks compared to yours.
Well, actually, Matt, yours is better than mine because they haven't finished building mine yet.
Mine just has the same like 3 things every time I go in there, which I'm exaggerating. I do pick up stuff there from time to time, but I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, welcome audience. How's everybody doing out there? We are. There you go. We're over on. We're on both channels tonight. We're on Geek Fusion and NEA. Welcome both audiences. I don't have 2 cameras to look at. I wish I should like get one camera set up. I don't know if I can do that though. I can't do that, so never mind.
You could do that if you were just streaming straight through.
I tried that with 2 cameras when we did the Snake Mountain. Oh, I'm sorry, not Strike. Go ahead.
You can do that with 2 cameras if you're just streaming straight to YouTube. But if you're doing it through StreamYard, it won't let you do it.
Yeah, I know it does. Well, no, I mean I can do 2 cameras. I can come in here twice. I can come in the same chat room twice with 2 different and use 2 different cameras. But I can't just do like 1 camera to one audience and 1 camera to the other audience.
No, you couldn't do that. No.
So it's just going to show both. So it's pointless. But anyway, nobody gives a shit out in YouTube land about my stupid camera issues, which aren't even really issues. It's just me bitching about something that I couldn't do anyway. So anyway, Yeah. So I'm trying to think, what is the most important thing in the last 2 weeks, geek-wise? There's been a few things that have come out. Mostly, I've noticed a bunch of trailers and geek news. I want to start with Superman. Superman Legacy, the new James Gunn movie coming out in 2025 or something. I don't even know when it's coming out yet. They haven't even started filming it yet. Presumably,
They did
because the main
something
star.
it
Yeah, like I don't know what's, but yeah, I heard 2025, right? Isn't that whatever? It doesn't matter. Anyway, the Superman movie where they're not bringing back Henry Cavill, and thus I am very skeptical. But I do like James Gunn though, so I mean, I like most of his movies. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
And he did something I didn't think Hollywood would ever do again. They cast a ginger to play a ginger.
I know that was
Jimmy
one of the
Olsen's
things. Jimmy Olsen is what's that kid? He's like I know him from what's that HBO show where it's the family of famous TV preachers, the righteous Gemstones. I know him most from that because I'm watching that show all the time. I love that show. But I know, wasn't he like in like Shameless or something like that? He's been in other stuff. Anyway, he plays the nerdy kid in everything, and he plays the son in Righteous Gemstones. And he's actually a redhead, and he's actually kind of a nerdy looking kid playing Jimmy Olsen, a nerdy looking redhead playing Jimmy Olsen, which just blew me away. And there were several announcements this week, but so we've got the guy for Superman that, I mean, look, he's no Henry Cavill, but he looks like Superman. The chick who's playing Lois Lane is, what's the name of that? I only know her from that one show that she does on Amazon, where The Marvelous Miss Maisel, which she looks like Lois Lane, which is way better than Zack Snyder's. Like, the only thing I don't like about Zack Snyder's DC universe, by and large, is his Lois Lane was horrible. What's her face? The redhead? I just can't stand her as Lois Lane. She was awful. But so we got somebody who looks like Superman, somebody who looks like Lois Lane, now somebody who looks like Jimmy Olsen. And then, of course, they released that they cast Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, who I think is great. By the way, I think Nicholas Holt's awesome. I like him in just about even when he's in shitty movies, he's still good in those movies.
Well,
Jorge
I have a
Cortez
question.
says July 11th, 2025 for Superman.
2025. Okay. Yes, Duke.
What is the state of the DC universe?
Better off than Marvel.
Nothing right now. They've shut down the Snyderverse.
Okay.
That's done. That's over with. They're rebooting with this new Superman movie that comes out in 2025. Now, there are rumors that there are going to be some characters that will actually still be around. And what I mean by that is some actors may be coming. We don't know yet for sure, but some actors may be coming back to play the same roles. But it will be like in a whole new universe where nothing we've seen before in the movies will matter.
Okay, do we have to sit through another origin?
God, I hope not. I know Superman's not going to be an origin story.
Yeah.
I know one thing that he said straight off the bat was he was not going to be doing any Batman movies anytime soon.
Okay.
So I'm hoping not.
Okay, we were introduced to X-Men way back in the day, and we saw the X-Men were established, and then we joined the team with Wolverine. Yes. And that was neat. That's what I want. I don't want reboots. I don't want like don't tell everything. We already know how this stuff started. Just bring us into the fold.
Yes.
That's what we need.
I agree.
I don't know.
I agree, especially with like Superman, Batman, you know, these mainstream characters that everybody, even if you don't read comics, knows about.
Yeah.
You don't need an origin story, and I would say that in many cases there are very few characters that you do need an origin story for. I think there are some characters that the origin story is important if you don't already know it. Batman is one. His origin story is
Well-
very important to who he is. Spider-Man is another one. Punisher is another one. Punisher's origin story is very important to him as a character.
Right.
Superman's not so much, honestly. Like, you don't really need to go into the whole baby and being raised and all this stuff. Like, I liked the way that Man of Steel did it, in the sense that, like, first of all, I liked getting Krypton as his origin story, which we'd never seen before in movies, right? Because that shit in Superman 2 doesn't count. And we,
I wish we could have stayed in Krypton.
yeah, that would have been just a great movie unto itself.
Yeah.
But
Minus the pink tips.
Well,
and the what little bits of Superman growing up in Kansas we did get were little clipped flashbacks that were dropped throughout the movie that related directly to whatever was going on in the movie at that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I thought was really well done. Like, I loved how we, how it slowly built the story with these little, and the flashbacks were usually, 2 minutes. And they were sprinkled throughout the movie. And I loved, and what was funny about it is the flashback. I've talked about this many times. I think Man of Steel is just a fucking perfect comic book movie. I think it's a perfect Superman movie. I love that movie. I don't give a shit. I know there's some haters out there. Superman would never kill anybody. Bullshit. He doesn't like to, but he will if he has to. Anyway.
How about we advance his character beyond the 1930s?
right.
Yes.
Because that's what you're basing it off of. You're basing Superman off of the 1930s, not 2023. How about he's got a little bit of umph in him? He's going to kill somebody. Like, how about that?
I love the way those flashbacks built up to kind of the peak of the movie right at the end, where he realizes, he grew up all this time. He's been hiding from who he is. The whole movie is building to this. He doesn't want to be different. He doesn't want to stand out, but he wants to know who he is. And he grew up his entire life thinking that his dad never wanted him to reveal who he was. And then as we go through the flashbacks at different points in the movie, it builds up to him realizing that his dad always saw him as a hero, and knew that there would come a time when humankind would need him.
Yes.
And he didn't just want to say, "You're a hero, here you go, kid." He was intentionally holding him back to teach him good values, and to teach him how restraint, and to teach him when there's a time to act.
Right.
And it's such a beautifully done way that they told that story in Man of Steel that was never told before. We never got that before in any Superman TV show or movie or anything else.
You know what I'd like to see in a DC movie? I'd like to see a Justice League that has been running for a while that has like a bunch of the DC superheroes in it instead of just the main four.
Like a Justice League Unlimited, like a movie,
like an
that series.
Justice League, not a Justice League of 4.
Yeah,
or 5.
And look, we haven't gotten any movies yet. They haven't even started filming the Superman movie, which is going to be the first one. So, we have no idea how this new DCU is going to be. I hope it's good. I always want comic book movies to be good. I love comic books. I love story. Superheroes are modern mythology. That's what they are.
Right.
They're modern society's version of Zeus and the Greek gods and Hercules and all these things. And they're great ways to tell really good stories. I've been a huge comic book fan my entire life. I want comic book movies to be good. I don't give a shit if it's DC or Marvel. I don't give a shit who the character is. It can be a character I absolutely don't give a rat's ass about. But if it's a good movie, man, yes, please give it to me. Make me want to like these characters and these stories. And so I really hope that DC is good. I hope this new DC universe is good, but we don't know. But I think you're right there, Night Strike. If we get into a point where these movies have gone on long enough and they're successful enough that we're going to get a Justice League movie, I like that idea that we're going to get a movie. It's not just going to be Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Green Lantern. You know what I mean? Like, It's going to be a movie about the other characters that maybe we haven't been introduced yet to. in the movie.
I'd like to see some of the the B characters, or even some of the out there characters like Booster Gold.
Yeah, Booster Gold, or God damn it, I'm blanking on everybody's name right now, but I know what you're saying. Yes, because that would make it really like a really cool and then like you can have a cameo from Superman or something in the movie. That's fine.
Like Green Arrow, Black Canary. Those.
Yeah. The Question. I fucking love the Question.
I love the Question.
Yeah.
You
had that, but you do a whole movie where at best you get a couple of cameos from your all-star characters, but you make the movie about and a lot of times what was going on Justice League Unlimited, it was the big seven were off-world doing something else. You know what I mean?
And some supervillain like Brainiac comes along, and the league all has to fight Brainiac.
Yeah. That's a great idea for a story, just in the sense that you're like, okay, we set up the story, boom, here comes all, something big's coming to Earth, but the big seven are off fighting whoever,
fighting somebody else,
and it's the B team that's got to take care of it. That's a great idea for a Justice League movie.
I think in order to make anything like that successful, it would have to have the right person to do it, because not all these people that have done these comic book movies in the past, in my opinion, have done a good job. I mean, look at Black Adam.
I'll say, if there ever is a Justice League movie, it is if he does nothing else. Like, okay, let's say if there ever is a Justice League movie, and they do decide to go with B team characters, if he does nothing else, that is the one movie that James Gunn should direct. Because we've seen what he can do with characters nobody's fucking heard of in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
He is.
I see that. I agree.
Well, I hate to mention this, and I hate to say it like this, but Black Adam, I would argue, is probably Dwayne Johnson, The Rock's fault, because he doesn't do good in movies where they're from a different medium. Case in point, Doom. It was awful. It was an awful movie, and he was in it.
Wait, what was?
The Doom movie.
Oh, Doom! Hey, you can go fuck yourself because that's a great movie.
I actually like Doom.
First of all,
the first person part of it was great.
No, God, God, you don't get to talk right now, God.
I think
first of all, that's a Carl Urban movie, and he was fantastic in it.
Yes.
Second, that's the first movie we ever got FPS fucking gameplay worked into the damn movie, and it was awesome. Third, it might not have had a big budget, but that movie was still great. Fourth, The Rock was in that movie only to just be turned into the bad guy at the end to give him Carl Urban somebody to fucking fight.
They even made a joke about him getting killed in the movie. He's like,
I will die on this hill that Doom was a fucking fun as fuck movie. I love that movie. I went to the movies to see that, and I still watch that movie regularly.
I did too. I saw it opening night.
So you, sir, can go fuck yourself.
No, you can go fuck yourself too.
Anyway,
a lot of fucking going on.
Well,
I do think you're right. I think you're right about one thing. One of the reasons why Black Adam was a bad movie was because of The Rock.
Yeah,
and that is because, first of all, The Rock only ever plays The Rock, which is fine in most movies he does. I don't care. I do find most Rock movies very entertaining. Okay. But in Black Adam, he should not have just been playing The Rock. Black Adam is a very specific, unique character that is nothing like what he was playing in that movie. Okay. So he was a bad choice, in my opinion, to play Black Adam. He had a good look for Black Adam, but that's it. And I think part of the reason was because he was involved, he probably had too much control, and the movie catered too much to his strengths, which was not ideal for a Black Adam movie at all.
It'd be like Mark Wahlberg playing Black Adam, because Mark Wahlberg plays only Mark Wahlberg, and that's it. There's no versatility.
Yeah, I do not think he was a good choice. Now, look, I don't hate that movie. It's not a good movie, but it's stupid fun through most of the movie.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't like hate it or anything, but arguably is not a good
The
movie,
premise
right?
is very flawed for the fact that Justice Society is listening to Amanda Waller, like wanting to stop The Rock from taking out Intergang in a country that they're destroying.
Yeah, which in the comics, Amanda Waller wouldn't give a fuck if Black Adam wiped out an entire country if it had to do with Intergang.
Yeah.
She'd be like, fucking let him go. Do it to it.
I'm not sure why Intergang is taking over a country instead of being like.
Amanda Waller is
in the
the one
United
in charge
States.
of
They're
Task
not
Force
international
X.
terrorists.
So, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, let's take supervillains, put a bomb in their neck, and send them to go and fight bad guys.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea.
The only thing in that movie that Amanda Waller would have done is after Black Adam did everything and got rid of Intergang, she would have sent Superman there to intimidate him, to keep him in check. That was the only Amanda Waller accurate thing in that whole fucking movie. Is she would have done that. She totally would have she would have conned Superman into fucking going there and be like, hey, she would have done something and tricked Superman into, you know, saying like, oh, there's this dude, he just showed up. He might be as strong as you. You might want to put him in check because it looks like he's taken over one country. He might be going around trying to do other shit too.
Right.
And she would have made sure Superman confronted him.
Yeah.
That was accurate.
And it's such a waste of Pierce Bronson as Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best casting in that movie.
He was so good in a movie that didn't deserve him. That character
100%
was so well done, and he was by far the best actor in that whole fucking movie.
Oh hell yeah!
And it just felt weird when he was in the movie because when he was on screen, it felt like like, dude, you shouldn't be in this movie, bro. Like, this movie is way beneath you. Like, what are you doing?
You should have had your own movie.
So, but anyway, I don't know. But look,
we should get a movie about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Well, he's dead now, so that ain't gonna happen. But
well, they're rebooting the universe, so
yeah, that's true. He could come back. But I will remain hopeful that the new DC stuff will be good until I am proven wrong, because I want it to be good. I want good Superman and Batman movies and Justice League movies and whatever else they're going to do. You know, so I know some people are already just like coming out and being like, James Gunn sucks. He's going to ruin everything. It's like, well, first of all, they said the same thing about Zack Snyder. I cannot tell you how many people, by the way, if you look at reviews from the quote unquote geek community of Man of Steel back in 2011 versus today in 2023, they were vastly different. People, the geek community fucking hated Man of Steel when it came out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, they fucking
one of the best Superman
hated
movies,
it. And after all the bullshit and Warner Brothers and everything else, people came around to liking Zack Snyder's vision of the DC universe. And since then, Man of Steel has become much more accepted and popular and well-liked.
I only like Man of Steel and Wonder Woman. The rest of his stuff.
I like Man of Steel. I think the three best movies that they put out are Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, that was badass.
Fucking great. I love that movie. All 4 fucking hours of it.
The rest of them were crap.
Yeah, I don't.
The one that made the most money with Aquaman, it's meh.
I
like soccer moms took their kids to go see Jason Momoa with his shirt off.
Yeah, I like Aquaman because I think it's fun, but it is in no way, shape, or form what I would want an Aquaman movie to be.
Yeah,
because I do think it's a fun movie, and and that's the thing, I do like Jason Momoa. Like, I find him entertaining in movies.
They got the perfect actor to play an Atlantean.
Have you seen the second one yet?
Because Jason Momoa was in.
It hasn't come out yet.
Oh, I thought it was already out. My bad.
It comes out next month, I think.
So.
But no, I want DC to be good.
Me too.
Oh, I hope these movies
do
are good.
too.
I'm going to reserve judgment till I see Superman, and maybe Superman's good, and then we'll wait. It's gonna be on a case by case basis, just like it is now with Marvel, right? Because we've passed the time where you can just expect every Marvel movie to be good. That ended when Endgame came out, right? That was the last time you could count on a Marvel movie being good. You no longer can.
No.
So that's kind of where I'm at, and well, I've been at that point already with DC for a while. So, it's going to be one of those things like, yeah, I'm going to take it on a case-by-case basis. I hope these movies are good. I want good DC comic book stuff. So hopefully they will be. I in general, I like James Gunn. I've liked him. I think the first movie I saw of his that I knew was his, because I had realized I had gone back and watched some of the, what was the name of that studio he used to work with? Where he got famous. The same studio that did Toxic Avenger. Why am I blanking on the name of the studio?
Oh, yeah, that studio. I know what you're talking about.
Troma?
Anyway, Troma, thank you. Yeah, that's where he got started, was working for Troma. I had seen movies that he had done before because I'd seen a bunch of Troma movies, but I didn't realize, I didn't know who the fuck James Gunn was back then. So the first movie that I saw where like, oh, this is a quote-unquote James Gunn movie was the movie Slither with Nathan Fillion.
Oh, yeah.
That fucking movie. And in general, just about everything James Gunn's done, I've liked. I've really enjoyed. Not everything. There's a couple misses for me here and there, but in general, I've liked what James Gunn has done throughout his career. So I'm gonna carefully kind of expect good things and hope that he can do good things with DC. I hope he can. I do think that with DC having some of that James Gunn kind of quirky bullshit attitude could work with some of these DC characters. Not all of them, and I'll be honest, the thing that gave me the most pause was when he said he was going to be the one to direct the Superman movie, and I was like, really? You? Okay. Yeah. Like, I can see him doing a lot of stuff, because there's a lot of really weird, quirky characters in DC that I think he could do fantastic stuff with. Superman is not one that I thought, oh, he should definitely direct this movie. But he's going to. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt till the movie comes out. And we'll see. We'll
Henry
see where
Cavill, he's no longer Superman, right?
No, he is not.
That's going to suck, too, to have an all-new Superman again, when my personal opinion is Cavill's been the best one.
Oh, yeah. He loves the role, and he embraces it. He's a geek. Yeah,
so we'll see.
Hey, we're going to get Cavill.
Who would y'all like to see play a new Superman?
Henry Cavill.
Yes.
Well, besides him.
It was the best. Now, look, I don't know. I mean, I think the guy that they picked, I have seen him in a couple of things. I think he's definitely got the look. He looks like Superman, which is good. The things I have seen him in, the couple of things I've seen him in, one was a romantic comedy, so I'm not going to base anything off of that. One was a Netflix show that he was actually pretty good in, for the part he was playing. So, I mean, I have no reason to believe it's something he can't do. I mean, he looks like Superman. He seems to be a decent actor.
Who is it?
I forget his name. I can't remember the dude's name. I don't know. Just Google new Superman and it'll pop up. But what is his name? I don't remember his name.
Never nothing.
David Corn Sweat or Sweet.
Corn Sweat.
No, Corin Sweat. It's CORENSWET.
Sweet.
So
Lead on Steel's like Never Enough Ammo. We need a full movie of Nick Cage Superman.
I mean, here's the thing. So Nick Cage is old now. So and he'd need to get back in the gym if he was going to do that. But if he would, like, I'd totally buy it. I want it, dude. Since I first heard that movie existed, which was probably about at least 15 years ago now. At this point, I've wanted to see this movie. I'm a huge Nick Cage fan.
Have him be Jor-El.
Yeah, no shit, right? I'm a huge Nick Cage fan, and I would absolutely love to see Nick Cage play Superman in a movie. Like, it might not be good, but I would still watch the hell out of it. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. All right. Next thing I want to talk about here real quick. Has everybody watched the Madam Web trailer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looked all right.
So first of all, it looked like a CW TV show.
Yeah.
It did.
But I will say, with really good costumes. I thought the costumes for what's his name, Ezekiel. The hell's his name? The Spider God guy. Ezekiel something. He's the quote unquote bad guy in the movie. I'm blanking on his name, but I thought his costume looked good. And in the brief flash of the different Spider Women costumes we got, the costumes look really good. Like, they didn't look like CW costumes. They look like good quality movie costumes. Other than that, it looked like a CW show. Now, does that mean it's going to be bad? No, it doesn't mean it's going to be bad. I personally have watched many CW shows and liked most of them. I loved Arrow. I loved the first 4 seasons of Flash, and I loved Legends of Tomorrow from beginning to end.
Right.
So I got nothing against the kind of CW whatever. So, again, it was, and here's the thing, it was a trailer that focused mostly on, like, I forget what's her name. What's Madam Web's name? Her name. Anyway, it focused on her character. Like, I guess the movie's basically about her figuring out she has powers and stuff like that. And it focused a lot on that aspect of it. I hope that's not the whole movie. I hope that the movie that we get, that's just everything we saw in this trailer was basically the first act, which I kind of feel like it is, because if I remember right, that guy, what's his face, Ezekiel, that I can't remember his last name, he's not really a bad guy in the comics. I mean, he's not a bad guy. He's kind of like, whatever, middle of the road. But, like, if they're going to play off of the comics at all, first of all, we know this is early on in the, Spider-Man universe history, because it shows a young Uncle Ben in the movie.
Right.
So we know this is probably either Peter Parker still a little kid, or maybe even not born yet. I don't know. We got a young Uncle Ben. We got and if somebody out there in the chat, or Jared or anybody, I don't know, help me refresh my memory here, because you got to remember these comics that came out in the late 90s and 2000s are comics that I never read. So I like watch videos online to get caught up on things.
Well, Madam's Web's actual name is Cassandra Webb.
No. What I'm getting at is the whole story arc with Madam Web, not Madam Web. Well, I mean, she was in it, but the whole Spider God story arc came out at a time when I wasn't reading comics, and I think that's what this movie is based off of. Where there's the Spider God, that's where Ezekiel got his powers from, and you find out the Spider God goes to different realities, and it wasn't just an accident that Peter Parker got bit by the spider, that every universe has to have a quote unquote spider totem, somebody who has spider-like powers, and in each universe the Spider God finds different ways to give people spider powers. And that's why Ezekiel has powers. That's why, like Jessica Drew has powers. That's why Peter Parker has powers. Like, it's all because of this interwoven universe, and Madam Web's a part of it and all that stuff. To me, it looked like this movie is going to play off of all that, which, if it does, Ezekiel's not really a bad guy. Like, they portray him to be in the trailers, because at first you think he's the bad guy, but in the end he's not. It has to do with this Spider God and the spider totems and all this shit.
Is it just like one per
universe?
Yeah, one per universe.
No,
because
no. It has to be. It's like at least one per universe, but. And I
okay,
don't remember what happens, why the 616 universe has more spider people in it than any other universe or something like that. But
he says he's read a lot of Spider-Man since '89ish, and he remembers nothing of Madam Web other than she looks like Aunt May in a spider costume.
yeah, no,
But she's
yeah,
an old woman. That's why.
that's what she looked like. But she played a bigger role as they started getting into all the Spider God, Spider-Verse shit in the late 90s, 2000s. She started playing a bigger role in the comics. But again, this was at a time when I didn't read the comics, so most of my knowledge comes from watching YouTube videos of people explaining Spider-Man's storyline throughout that period that I wasn't reading. So I may be
I'm
off.
still gonna watch it.
I mean, I'm going to watch it. It's a Marvel movie with somewhat related to Spider-Man. I'm going to watch it. I mean, hell, I watched Morbius, for God's sake. I can certainly go
right.
watch this.
I don't know how you stomached Morbius.
I watched Morbius. It was
what's
alright.
funny? Morbius is
wasn't
another one of those movies, just like Black Adam, in the sense that Matt Smith was so good in that movie and was by far the best part of that movie and was like his acting in that movie was like on point. And it was just like, you're in a horrible, what are you doing? You feel like you're in the wrong movie, dude. Which fucked up because what's his face? Jared Leto, right, has been acting for way longer and he's like won Academy Awards and shit. Yet he completely sucked in that fucking movie. Matt Smith playing the bad guy was like on a whole other level of acting ability and actually like putting it out there and fucking like nailing it throughout the whole movie. But it's like it's like only him in a completely shitty movie otherwise.
Remember, Matt Smith was also Skynet at one point, too.
He was Skynet. We don't talk about that because that was a
bad movie.
That was the worst Terminator ever
that's
made.
my point.
No,
Rise
of the Machines is still the worst Terminator movie ever.
No, it is not.
Yes, it totally fucking is.
No, they killed John Connor, man.
Dude, they could castrate John Connor and have a Terminator wear his balls as fucking goggles, and it wouldn't be as bad as fucking Rise of the Machines.
Are you serious?
That movie fucking sucks.
No, it does. No, man, that's a great movie.
Yes, it is. It is
a
great fucking movie.
I wouldn't say great, but it's a good one.
That is the worst Terminator movie. And that's knowing that Terminator Genesis and Terminator Dark Fate exist. I would still rather watch those two pieces of shit than fucking Rise of the Machines.
Are you serious?
100%.
I think all three of those movies sucked.
Well, they all suck, yes. But I'm saying if we're talking about what's worse, yeah. Rise of the Machines, because of the fact that Rise of the Machines fucking had the worst fucking actor in the world play John Connor and played John Connor like just a piece of shit homeless person. And then brought in one of the worst actresses in the entire world to play a Terminator. And then fucking completely ignored everything that happened in the previous two movies. And then brought in Arnold Schwarzenegger to fucking be a shadow of his former self as a fucking T-800. That movie sucks fucking balls.
And used computer viruses to take over machines that don't have computers.
Salvation did not get as much.
Salvation is a damn good movie.
I love Salvation.
That should have been a trilogy right there.
Than it did.
That should have been a trilogy.
That is the one Terminator that bombed in the box offices.
I know. It should not have bombed. It should. That movie is fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great story, and but again, if you're listening to this, you are the Resistance.
That's true. I think I've offended Duke by calling Terminator 3 dog shit and the worst.
Well, I mean, yeah, a little bit. Because I will still watch that over those two other ones just because it has some good parts.
But
I still like. No, I hate those new ones. Those two new ones are an abomination. They should never have made them. They should have stuck with They should have stuck with the Salvation ones.
Well,
I want to ask you this. in which of those? Okay, look at Arnold Schwarzenegger's portrayal of the Terminator in Rise of the Machines, Genesis, and Dark Fate. Which is the worst?
Dark
And
Fate.
don't lie, you know it's Rise of the Machines. You know that is his worst fucking phoned-in portrayal of a Terminator out of any movie. The fucking CGI Arnold Schwarzenegger from Terminator Salvations did a better job playing a Terminator than fucking he did in Rise of the Machines.
I mean, no, man.
Yes, yeah, and you know it. That's why
No.
you that's why you hesitated, because you know he was awful in that movie because he was phoning it in because he didn't give a shit. It's after his fucking heart surgery and all that governor shit and all that crap.
I think it was right before he became governor. That was
Yeah,
his
well,
last
he was
movie.
doing that movie when he was running and shit, but like, it was fucking horrible.
Okay.
There's no good actors in that whole movie. Dude,
Okay.
The Terminator movie, that horrible chick, Christiana Loken, who only did like D-list fucking shitty vampire and fantasy movies. You tell me she was a good Terminator?
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. When I first started arguing with you, I got Salvation and Rise of the Machines mixed up.
Okay.
So, I'm going to be honest. So we're going to go back to that.
Salvation was a good movie.
Salvation's an awesome movie.
Yeah, so we agree. I'm not going to argue with you.
Okay.
Because at first I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? We've talked about how much we both like that movie.
Yeah.
And it's like
Salvation is
like I almost like it because it goes away from the need to have Arnold.
Yes.
Like, I almost wish Arnold like they didn't even make the goofy fake
CGI.
Arnold. Yeah.
I was actually with Salvation. I was kind of hoping they would John Connor was actually going to die, and they just put his face on.
Actually, with Salvation,
the other
goal,
dude, yeah.
The goal with Salvation was to make more. Was if it got popular, they would make more movies, and they would go further down the whole.
I really wish that movie had been more popular because I wanted like a solid trilogy out of those movies.
We would have got.
It was more this a lot of shady stuff going on in the studio. Like they went bankrupt. Like they were like embezzling in the company or some crazy stuff.
They couldn't wait for the money to come in, so they took it themselves.
Yep.
It was solid, man. Like and to me, it was the perfect sequel series to the original two movies because I feel like, and I think this has been, we've again and again and again and again, we've gotten it 6 times now, the whole time travel thing. And like at a certain point, it's like, okay, the first two movies covered the time travel aspect. Now let's tell a prequel/sequel leading up to that. And we've talked about this before, Duke. Like, it should have been a trilogy, and those 3 movies should have ended with him sending fucking Kyle back in time.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect circular movie, right? Like you watch Terminator 1, you watch Terminator 2, you watch Salvation 1, 2, and 3, and then it takes you right back to the first Terminator again. And it's like this perfect circle of fucking movies that could have been had they just stuck it out. And we would have gotten 3 movies where we're watching John Connor rise through the ranks to eventually become like the de facto leader of humanity and their salvation. You know what I mean? And
the whole studio like went under after that. Mismanagement.
It could have been so fucking good. In fact, I'd bet you they could still come back and do a sequel to Terminator Salvation right now, have it set 10 years later. The next movie in that line, it's 10 years later. John Connor's 10 years older.
And he's finally the leader of the Resistance.
And he's the leader of the Resistance. Dude, you could do it now.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Plus, it's a long enough time, too, like the recast Kyle Reese, since that actor got killed in an accident.
Oh, yeah.
He died. That's Chekhov.
Yep.
Man, I forgot all about that. But see, there was something so cool about the fact that like every Terminator was a big obstacle, and it wasn't just something that they could just blow through, and it was hard, and they had to like trick them. And I liked the scene where, remember how Kyle talks about their like the was it the 600s were easy to spot because they looked rubbery.
Yeah.
And so like was a big thing that we got to see.
Yeah.
Yep. It was cool. Because it much like the first movie and the second movie, when you watch Terminator Salvation, the Terminators were terrifying because of what it took just to take one out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it took you back to that, like, oh my God. Like when they're unloading a fucking minigun into a Terminator's face just to stop one of them. And then you look back, like when the helicopter crash at the beginning and he fucking has to unload that minigun in that dude in one Terminator's face.
Yep.
But there's like way more of them out there in the background. And you're like, holy shit, it took all that to take out one, you know.
And
like,
they're all over the city.
Yeah. Like that's like bringing it back to that level of like that, you know, that much of a challenge, you know. I don't know.
Dude, Jesus has got a point. It's like, no way Terminator needs more badass 90-pound women punching out robots like Magnus Robot Fighter.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking stupid shit. Although, I'll be honest, like in Dark Fate, I do like that they brought Sarah Connor back, and she was badass in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's about the only part
It was
of the movie
cool to
I like.
see Sarah Connor come back and be fucking badass.
I like seeing an old disgruntled Sarah Connor. I like that, but the problem is that the way they did that movie, it's like
they just didn't need to kill John off. They should have brought him back.
They made the entire T2 one of the best movies pointless.
Yeah, sadly.
All right.
So I got a quick question. Yes. I was going to ask this a while ago about Madam Web, but we got off on another tangent.
Wait, hold on. I want to say one thing. I'm sorry, Matt. Have you ever seen the T2 in 3D?
Yes.
No.
Okay, it's kind of worth it.
It's good.
Okay. Wait, haven't we talked about this before?
We were going to watch it. We never watched it.
That's right. Yeah, it's like what did you say? It was like a 20-minute short or something. Because it's from the ride, right?
Yes, it's really good.
Okay.
What are y'all thoughts about Sarah Connor Chronicles?
Sarah Connor
I didn't really watch it.
Fucking awesome. It just pisses me off, and I refuse to go back and rewatch it because of the fact that it ended on a goddamn cliffhanger. And it pisses me off that Fox canceled it, like Fox always does with good shows.
Well, Fox never gives a show more than 2 seasons unless it's Family Guy or The Simpsons.
Yeah. One if you're lucky, two if you're lucky. Usually it's just one.
Yeah. All right, Corey, go ahead. Madam Web.
Do you think it'll hurt the movie's success by having Dakota Johnson be in it?
Yeah, because she's a horrible actress.
Well, not only that, she's a horrible actress, but would you think people would associate her with just those stupid fucking movies she did, the 50 Shades of Grey or whatever?
Yes.
Nah, I mean, I don't really think so anymore. I don't think that's going to affect it. I think the biggest threat from her is she's not a good actress.
Yeah, considering who her parents are. Do you know who her parents are?
Yeah. She's her dad is Don Johnson and her mom's Melanie Griffith.
Yep. And it's wonder how she's not even half as good as them.
Well, the other thing, that's proof right there that 2 good-looking people can make an ugly kid. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Sad but true.
Because I don't know about y'all, I do not find her attractive at all. Yet her mom was hot, and her dad, dude, look at him in the 80s. That was a good-looking dude.
Right.
You know what
I mean, she's not a bad-looking chick at all. I just don't think she's that good of an actress, considering, what she gave us with those 3 fucking movies.
Yeah.
About being, dominated by a rich guy. I mean, this is retarded.
All right, let's get into some more Marvel stuff here. There was a few things
we must.
coming up from Marvel. First of all, I don't know if this has been officially announced yet. I'm not sure if it's been officially announced yet, but obviously the rumors have been everywhere. If somebody can confirm to me whether this is an official announcement, like this is happening, I would love to know. Because I looked around and everything I saw was just like, oh, this is what we're hearing. This is what we're hearing. But I cannot tell you how much I hate this, if this is true. And that is Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic in Fantastic Four.
I've heard that too. No, he would make a horrible fucking.
I like Pedro Pascal. I like him in Mandalorian. I like him in
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. I like him in Last of Us. He is a horrible fucking choice for Mr. Fantastic.
I'd rather say John Krasinski.
And look, I would rather see John Krasinski too, but if for whatever reason, like my understanding was that John Krasinski was not even being considered because he was too old, to which I say, Pedro Pascal is older than him by a couple years. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Who's Mr. Fantastic?
So I don't know. Like, I hope this is not true. I hope this is some fucking thing that, because Marvel does this where they put, they leak names out because they don't want people to know the real shit. I hope that's true, because while I like him in the stuff he's in, he's he's a horrible choice. Just leave it at that. He's a fucking horrible choice for Mr. Fantastic. He does not look anything like Mr. Fantastic. He has never played a character anything like Mr. Fantastic. He has none of the credentials to play Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, in any way, shape, or form. I do not buy him as Reed Richards.
Just because we like him in some things doesn't mean he's going to be perfect for everything. And that's
right.
What I'm worried about. Is like, oh, well, he's the Mandalorian. Well, like, it has very little to do with his acting ability in that show. He's just a voice, and the show is really good.
Yeah, and by the way, like, no offense to the dude, because I like him, but like, The Mandalorian, as good as it is not good because of Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, that's exactly.
He literally, exactly like you said, he's just a voice. He's almost never on screen. There's a stunt guy that is in the costume 99.9% of the time.
I think it's mostly was it John Wayne's grandson or something?
Yeah, it's John Wayne's grandson is in the costume most of the time. And he's like, he does not exactly exude fucking acting ability on that show. He talks like this most of the time. Where is the child? Get him
I also
over there.
heard
like that's
that,
it.
What's his face? Adam Driver was supposed to be slated to play Reed Richards.
I had heard Adam Driver. I had heard Matt Smith. By the way, I would totally buy Matt Smith. Matt Smith, I think, would have made a great Reed Richards.
At least Adam Driver is the right age.
Yes,
yeah,
the right
but I don't
age,
like.
yes.
I don't like Adam Driver in a lot of things. I mean, he's good in some stuff, but he's definitely, in my opinion, not a Reed Richards.
The look wise, he don't have the look for Reed Richards. I think
he does not have the look for Reed Richards, but I have seen him actually play like nerdy professor roles, and he was really good.
But
like, I've never seen Pedro Pascal play a role like Reed Richards.
John Krasinski is the best choice, but for some reason they don't want him.
I agree. But I'd totally take Matt Smith as a backup to fucking John Krasinski. 100%. Matt Smith would do a great job.
Like we said before, we've already seen John Krasinski portray Reed Richards in Doctor Strange.
Yes, and by the way, and I know it's a bit too on the nose, but Reed Richards has a lot in common with Doctor Who, and especially the way that Matt Smith played Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as far as I'm concerned, like, that right there is a resume for you playing Reed Richards. Like, oh, have you seen the 5 seasons of Doctor Who I did? Here you go. Give me the job. Like, if we're going to go with somebody that's not John Krasinski for whatever reason, Matt Smith should be at the top of the list for that, not fucking Pedro Pascal. But there were those rumors. So again, maybe this Pedro Pascal shit is like a fucking, a red herring. You know what I mean? Because Marvel has done this before. They've done it several times. Remember when they did it for Doctor Strange? They did it for Doctor Strange by saying Joaquin Phoenix was going to play Doctor Strange. When that would have been a horrible choice.
That would have been
the entire time they were working deals with Benedict Cumberbatch.
I am still disappointed in Infinity War. Benedict Cumberbatch and RDJ didn't look at each other. One of them say, "No shit, Sherlock."
Yeah, it's true. That was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
It was a big missed opportunity. So, but I heard this rumor. It's been talked about for like a week straight. If it's true, I'm gonna fucking be really disappointed. I like him as an actor in the stuff he's been in, but I think he's just a god awful choice for Reed Richards. So
100%. The other rumor if they do that, they might as well just give up.
That and me personally, after finding out that Pedro Pascal is such a fucking bleeding heart liberal leftist, it's hard to look past that.
Yeah. Well, in his defense, I will give him a little leeway in the sense that it's because of family that he's like that. And so he feels like he has to come out to defend his family.
Right.
And I get that. Like, if you had somebody in your family, and I'm not going to get into what, but if you had somebody in your family where some of these issues were very personal for you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does this mic work now?
It's a sibling.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Then
Somebody's
I at least understand. I still don't agree with it, but I understand it a little bit more. But whatever. Anyway,
they are with the acting. You can remove their personal stuff from because they are actors.
Yes.
Because the guy that plays Jack Reacher in the Amazon series, super anti-Second Amendment guy, but he plays it.
I didn't know that.
Have you seen the trailers for the new show and all the guns in it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like Matt Damon, hating guns, but he's made his fame and fortune off of guns.
Yeah. Very hypocritical, but
John
whatever.
Wick and what news? John Wick and what?
John Wick?
Wait, who'd you say was the new person that's anti-gun?
Jack Reacher.
Reacher. Oh, that big dude?
The big dude.
Yeah.
He's super.
Oh, really? Damn, because I like that guy in that show.
All right, so next piece of Marvel.
Can I make an announcement?
Yes.
It's a bullshit channel.
It is a bullshit channel. It's totally a bullshit channel. Well, one of them is. We're streaming on both right now. So one of them, Geek Fusion TV, is totally a bullshit channel. I'd like to just throw that out there.
Figures move, and they're different sizes.
Yeah. Just bullshit channels, man.
I feel
that
nothing.
actor that plays Jack Reacher in the Amazon series. Didn't he play Aquaman in one of the Flash or Arrow?
No, it was he
Smallville.
He was supposed. He had an unaired. Was it? I don't remember if it was unaired or not. But in the wake of Smallville, during the last season or two of Smallville, he actually played Arthur Curry. They did an entire pilot that I believe was unaired, although you can still find it online. They did a whole pilot where he played Aquaman. It was supposed to be
aired it. I
Did
remember
they air
seeing it.
Okay,
Yeah, I remember watching it.
I couldn't remember if it was aired or not, but yeah, he was supposed to be in basically a Smallville spinoff on the CW, and it never went anywhere.
Oh, they were going to give it to him, then they ended up doing the pilot with the dude that played Green Arrow in Smallville.
Yeah,
he got done dirty on the pilot because they cast the guy that played Green Arrow to do the pilot for Aquaman, and it failed. Then he went back to Smallville as Green Arrow.
Green Arrow, yeah.
Was that Aquaman good?
I mean, it was so short to really even give a critique to. He wasn't on there but an episode or so. I mean, he did all right, but
he was a lot younger too than back then.
Yeah, he was.
They did a pilot. They were just going to do a pilot.
Yeah, they did the pilot with a different actor. He showed up on Smallville first. Then they did a pilot for Aquaman. They ended up recasting him in the pilot. Then he came back later on, I think, an episode or two in Smallville as still as Aquaman.
Weird shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, next piece of Marvel news here that we have, which I don't have a problem with this, but then again, this is a character who I'm aware of, but am not because he came out in a time when I wasn't reading comics. I don't really know a lot about this character, but visually, this actor does not look like this character at all. So some people may be pissed off about it, and that is that Stephen Yeun is going to be playing Sentry in Thunderbolts.
Oh
God!
Now, and that's been officially announced.
Yeah.
Now I love Stephen Yeun. I thought he was one of the best characters, if not the best character on Walking Dead for many years. Yep. I have watched him in several things since then. He does a great job on Invincible. I like him as an actor a lot. He looks nothing like Sentry, So I don't know where they're going with this. I think he's a good actor. I like him. So for me, somebody not having a personal connection to the character, I'm okay with this, but I can understand how a lot of people wouldn't be if you're a big fan of Sentry.
Right.
Because, I mean, Sentry is a huge, ridiculously ripped, shredded, buff, tall, white, blonde dude with long, flowing hair. I'm sorry, but that's not Steven Yeun. Okay?
No. He could play Bob before he has powers. Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're going to have him play most of the time. And they're going to like CGI him up to do Sentry or something.
They're going to have to do something because they would have to do like a Shazam bodysuit or something other because he's too
something
tiny.
like that. Yeah, I mean, and Sentry is like in the real world, he's like Henry Cavill huge. For like Henry Cavill got ripped to play Superman. That's how big an actor should be to play Sentry.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't think Steven Yeun can get that fucking big.
Steven Yeun could play a live action Invincible.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he could.
But he'd still have to get up and get buff. But
yeah,
but he's don't have the size whatsoever to play an accurate version of Sentry.
No,
he doesn't.
He's too short and
I'm
scrawny.
sure he's got the acting chops fine for it, but just
yeah,
you can't act.
I've seen him in several things after Walking Dead that I was like, he actually is a really good actor. So, you know, again, I don't necessarily have a problem with this, but I just don't know what they're going to do about the visual aspect of him looking so drastically different from Sentry.
Is he one of the
Sentry is an interesting character too, though. He is split personalities, broken psyche type thing. And very weird character.
The other thing about it is, and the thing that concerns me when we're hearing all this stuff about Sentry being in Thunderbolts and a lot of these other casting things that we're hearing that now Blade's going into production now finally, and all this stuff.
Push them all back to 2025. I've just heard.
Yeah, but here's the thing: why are we doing anything before Secret Wars? Like, we already know, it's already been announced, Secret Wars reboots everything. So why are we spending time introducing Sentry? And look, I realize Thunderbolts is already set up. Okay, go ahead and finish that one. Right? Why are we putting Blade out before Secret Wars? We know Secret Wars is going to reboot everything. Save Sentry for after Secret Wars. Save Blade for after Secret Wars. You know, stop introducing new characters. Let's finish these storylines that we got to finish out leading up to Secret Wars. Like, they're never they at the end of and it's been hinted at for a while, but at the end of the Marvels, right? They hinted at fucking Young Avengers. They're never going to get to a Young Avengers movie before fucking Secret Wars. So why even tease it? Those characters are going to be completely different, probably recast, I would imagine, at least some of them, after Secret Wars.
All those actresses are going to be way too old.
I don't know, man. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you even, you can't do a good Thunderbolts without Sentry? I don't know, man. I don't know. It feels weird why we're
has nothing to do with the Thunderbolts. Well, I don't know why. There's no incarnation of Thunderbolts with Sentry.
I know. He was Dark Avengers, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was Avengers and Dark Avengers.
So I don't know. I don't know why we're doing this. But I mean, that's beside the point. The whole Steven Yeun thing, look, I like him. He's going to be in it. Cool. I hope he does a great job. I hope it works well. It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Is that one of the
better than what he was in Nope?
Is that one of the actors from Walking Dead that was British?
No, it was Glenn.
Glenn from Walking Dead.
Well, I mean, but you couldn't tell. I mean, he's not really British, though. He's just
he's not British.
Okay.
No, he's definitely not British.
No,
he's
Korean.
Yeah.
All right, last
Well,
Marvel.
a whole bunch of people from Walking Dead spoke English or whatever, spoke British.
Yeah. All right, last thing I got from Marvel here is the What If Season 2 trailer dropped. I would call it more of a teaser than a trailer, honestly. I'll be honest. I watched that trailer a couple times trying to see if I could pick anything out of it. You know, and all I got out of it was they're doing like a fucking 1980s version of the Avengers. Did anybody catch anything else in there other than me?
No.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the trailer.
I haven't seen it yet.
What's the name of the movie again?
It's a TV series. What if?
Oh, okay.
I mean, because they clearly had it. It had like it had Hank Pym, Ant-Man. It had Giant Man.
Oh, I did see that.
The character's name. I forget the character's. What's his name? The character Lawrence Fishburne played in
Goliath.
Huh? Goliath. Yeah, but I mean, I forget the character's name. But yeah, he was. So we had Ant-Man. We had Goliath. We had Captain Marvel.
But these are different actors than the movie. These are when they're kids or something.
Well, no, it's the same
It's
actors from the
CG.
movie.
Oh,
It's a CG
But it's
animation.
like, but it's like an '80s version of them. So it was basically like, oh, what if the Avengers had been formed in the '80s? Who would they have used? And it was these characters we've seen mostly in flashbacks in the movies. And it looked okay. I mean, I'm not gonna, it didn't particularly get me excited for What If season 2. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like I really liked season 1 a lot. There was a couple episodes that were meh, but overall, I really liked season 1 of What If. And this trailer just didn't do jack shit for me. You know what I mean? It just didn't. There was I saw like, okay, kind of cool concept. What would the Avengers have looked like in the 80s, given the characters we knew that existed at that time? Yeah, if that's going to be like one episode, cool. And maybe it is. Maybe it's just going to be one episode. But that was like 99% of the trailer for an entire season. So I'm hoping this was just a teaser and we're getting teased with just like one of the episodes. And that's not going to be the whole season because honestly, like if that's what the whole season is going to be about, I am disappointed. I am disappointed. I love, dude, one of the greatest episodes of anything Marvel I have ever seen, okay, was that Doctor Strange episode of What If.
Mm-hmm.
That was phenomenal. Like, that was an amazingly good episode of television. And I want more of that. I want more of that level of storytelling because that was great. So, Jesus Christ. Hold on a second here. Okay.
I thought you were going to mention one other piece of Marvel news. The Silver Surfer.
Did we get that?
There's rumor and they're going to gender swap Silver Surfer.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
It's
Yep,
Kathleen Kennedy again. Put a chicken in it. Make her lame and gay.
That's what you're doing.
I have not heard this. What? Why?
Because they want to put a
Because
chicken
they can.
Because they can.
make her lame and gay.
Put a chick in it, make her lame and gay, and ruin the whole story, because that's what Kathleen Kennedy does. She ruined Star Wars, and she's trying to ruin Marvel too.
But we know who's in charge of Star Wars now. So
That's true. That was another story that I wanted to get to today, which I was actually really happy about this.
yes, we are going to be just fine.
Dave Filoni's been made the chief creative officer for Lucasfilm.
Yep. That's all that matters.
Apparently, Disney's still really butthurt about that South Park episode.
Why does that matter? Why is that good?
Because Dave Filoni is probably the only person currently that has any relationship to Lucasfilms at all that actually gives a shit about these characters and cares about bringing good stories to the Star Wars universe.
And has the ability to turn it back around and make it a profit and people wanting to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
What is he responsible for? Why do you say that?
Well, he did Clone Wars, he did Rebels, he did Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. In the face of Lucasfilm giving us a bullshit sequel trilogy and a lot of other crap.
Right on.
he's actually like bringing in Thrawn and bringing back beloved Rebels characters and trying to do cool stories and trying to get, Star Wars to feel like Star Wars again. And I've said for a long time, he's the guy that should be in charge of Lucasfilm. Now, this doesn't put him in charge of Lucasfilm. This doesn't make him the head of the studio, but this puts him pretty fucking high up on the food chain now as the chief creative officer for Lucasfilm Studios. That's pretty good. That's a good sign, at least. And I have a feeling this is 100% because of what's his face that just came in and took over Disney.
Bob Iger.
Bob Iger.
Well, so there was some sort of executive meeting that happened with the shareholders, and they said, like, hey, whatever you're doing, because the whole thing came out about the Marvel and a bunch of other things that flopped. And they were like, look, I don't know what you got to do to get your stuff together, but get it together and start making money. Because we're not here to just to like change people's minds. We're here to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also walked back on the whole woke agenda too. So it's not making them any money. They may be playing the political spectrum. That doesn't make anybody want to watch those damn movies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a move in the right direction because Dave Filoni is somebody that I actually trust and respect when it comes to Star Wars stuff. And he's proven time and time again, he actually genuinely gives a shit about the Star Wars universe and the characters. So, I think it's a good thing. Again, this doesn't put him in charge of Lucasfilm completely, although, we talked about the rumors a couple weeks ago that the rumors are that after Secret Wars, Kevin Feige is going to take over Kathleen Kennedy's job. He wants to take over Lucasfilm completely. He wants to leave Marvel and take over Lucasfilm.
I hear no matter what, Kathleen Kennedy is going to leave the building.
Well, I've heard that too, and supposedly that was supposed to happen over the summer after Indiana Jones. That was the rumors. You know what I mean?
Right. That's the rumors.
So,
rumor she's going to leave for 15 years.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I don't know, but I like the Dave Filoni thing, so I'm down with that. So that's cool. Oh, something I actually did watch. I've watched the first 3 episodes of, and I want to talk about it for a minute. Is the Monarch Legacy? Has anybody else watched that yet?
Not yet.
No, but I've heard it's good.
It's really good. I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 now at this point. But no, it's 3 episodes because they dropped 2 the first week and then they dropped another episode yesterday or Thursday or whenever. I don't remember. It's really good. Like, I'm digging it quite a bit. I like, except for Godzilla versus Kong, I like all the movies we've been getting in this universe. The Godzilla 2014 is pretty good. I think it could have used more monsters fighting, but it's still a good movie. Love Kong Skull Island. Love Godzilla King of the Monsters. It fits in there really well. I like that they got, we talked about this before, but I like that they actually got Kurt Russell and his son to play the same character in 2 different times. So you get all these flashbacks. So you've got modern times, you got Kurt Russell, and then in the flashbacks, you've got his son. And goddamn, do they look exactly alike. Like, holy shit. His son looks identical to him if he just had lighter hair.
Right.
His son's blonde as opposed to brunette. Like, other than that, he looks like he just shit that kid out with no help from Goldie Hawn. Because that kid don't look nothing like her. But whatever.
Matt, that's why there's makeup and wigs. They can fix that.
Well, yeah. Well, they anyway, the show's fucking great. In the first 3 episodes anyway. It's building up this big conspiracy of what's going on. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. Not that there's much to spoil yet. I mean, it's going to be 10 episodes. We're only in the first 3. So there's still a lot that, we don't know. But it's really cool. It flashes back and forth in time. It focuses on some characters. Like when the show starts, it's focused on some characters like who the fuck are these people and what do they have to do with anything going on? And then by the end of the second episode, you realize what all's going on and who's who and all that kind of stuff. And you get to see, although I will say they set up a lot of shit. So apparently Kurt Russell's character is supposed to be in 2015, like 90 years old. So they've definitely got him playing older than he is because he's only in his like early to mid 70s. So they've got him playing like at least 15 years older than he actually is because they got him playing a character who's old enough to have been a soldier in World War II. So, which is a little off-putting, but whatever. It's good, man. I'm not going to give anything away. I'm just going to say you should watch it if you like if you like monster movies, man. It's a good watch. I enjoyed it quite a bit, so it's worth checking out.
Wait,
hour-long show, good stories, good actors. I dig it. Thumbs up.
From World War II.
What?
You said Kurt Russell, so it's Escape from World War II.
Escape from World War II. Yeah. Something like that.
Have you watched that new show yet, Lawman Bass Reeves?
I've watched one episode. I haven't watched
it so far.
First episode was good. I haven't watched any more. I think there's like 4 or 5 episodes out now. I haven't.
Yeah, I've been watching it. It gets better after the first episode for sure.
Yeah, it does.
He's the Lone Ranger,
Yeah, Bass Reeves. Well, he's the inspiration for Lone Ranger. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can kind of tell they're setting that up in the show. I mean, he's doing Lone Ranger stuff essentially. He's already got Tonto.
Ooh, you got a super chat, and it's a very good idea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Eric M509, thank you for the super chat, sir. Says Wyatt Russell could play McCready in Thing 2. He looks just like his dad in the 80s. Yes, he could. That's a great idea. We've needed a good Thing sequel because of the way that movie ended. Dude, there's way more story to tell.
Well, and who was the alien? Do you know?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Yeah, wordplay.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The Thing.
Yeah.
So, what's the name of that Monarch show that you just talked about?
Monarch Legacy.
Is it on the sites?
It's on the sites. Yes.
That's what I'm looking for now.
Yeah, that's where I've been watching.
Otherwise, I don't remember. I got to like open in a new tab every time you talk about something good, so I don't forget to watch it.
But yeah, I like this idea for a Thing 2. I mean, I think you could have him do Thing 2. You could have him do some more escape movies as well.
Fuck yes.
I think this is a great idea. Have him be Snake Plissken, man.
Yeah.
Although I don't know that he exactly wants to make his career off of just playing roles his dad played, but why not take advantage of it, dude?
Yeah.
Why not make all that money?
Or Matt, how about this? Make a young Snake Plissken in the war. Before the
you could, although to be honest, he looks like his dad did in 1981. Like he wouldn't have to do young Snake Plissken; he could just do Snake Plissken.
I know, but still,
we never found out how they got out of Cleveland.
No, we didn't. We know he got fucked up.
So, and I'm still waiting on that Escape from the Moon that we were supposed to get.
Yeah,
that we never got. Where there's a moon prison colony that he escapes from. That was one that he talked about doing.
Wyatt Russell could pick it up and do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he could, and I think he should. So
we need to make this happen.
And John Walker did no wrong in that series.
So
Falcon Winter Soldier, John Walker did no wrong.
Is Goldie Hawn that kid?
He was, and I thought he was the best part of that series.
Yes.
I thought he played a great John Walker. I thought that, the story for his character was a good story arc. I thought I like you saw him as, he's not Steve Rogers, but he's not a bad guy. He
killed a terrorist after killing his best friend and fellow soldier.
Yeah. which I see nothing wrong with that. It was
I
a
don't
fucking
either.
terrorist. So I don't have any problem with him shielding the motherfucker in the face to death.
Neither do I.
But
The only problem I saw was he didn't get to do it to the rest of the terrorists.
No, he didn't get all the terrorists. That's the problem.
okay, so for news that I might have gotten just a little too excited about. So they have this the studios, I guess it's Fox, I think, who owns this, but I might be wrong. Have decided they're going to start making more Die Hard movies.
Yeah.
And they've decided they're going to make more Die Hard movies. They're going to recast, obviously. And I got way too excited about this, especially because of who they said is going to be the new John McClane in their new series of Die Hard movies, which will be just more stories of adventures John McClane gets into. And I love this idea. It's going to be John Krasinski.
Really?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
John Krasinski's been brought in as John McClane. I love this idea. I love John Krasinski. And I think he's got that good everyman quality. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, he can certainly do action. We've seen it. All right. But he's also got that, you know, kind of just regular dude look to him. You know?
I love his story. He talks about that security guard when he finds out who he's married to.
Oh, yeah. When he's going to visit his wife in London.
Yeah. You?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great, yeah. I like John. I was a big fan of The Office. So I've, basically, since, that was his first acting thing that he ever did was The Office. Other than, I think he said he did commercials and shit like that before then.
Yeah, he was broke when he got the role, and he didn't have money to come out. Then he was telling stories like, "We will fly you out here."
Yeah,
he had like $60 to his name when he got the role.
Yep. Oh, dude, we got a troll. Hi. What's up? What's up, Frijolito?
That's what bullshit channels get.
Yeah. Chief Nerd King Turd. Oh, we got a troll. What's up, dude? How you doing?
He likes eating turds, I think.
King? Well, he didn't say he's the king of turds. He's not eating them. I presume. Just because you're a king of something doesn't mean you eat it. You know what I mean?
That's how he gets the crown. He won the championship of eating them.
Is that how you get the crown?
No. Duke would argue on that one.
Is that how the Clintons came into power? They were just eat all their competition? I don't know.
How original, dumb Southern turd. Wow, you're very creative.
Oh, it's sweet. That's okay. We like trolls here. We don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
We just ask that you bring your best material. So that's it. So
yeah,
you certainly need to step up your game because you've already made like 3 or 4 comments referring to Hicks or Southerns or something like that. You need to step up your material.
Be original, Cupcake.
Be original. Yeah. Be original. Say something that's actually entertaining. We like a good troll here.
Yeah, we do, Pookie. Come on, Pookie. Do better.
This poor old Southern only has 4 degrees with a master's in engineering.
Yeah, right.
So we like a good troll, but we do expect your A game. If you're going to troll, bring your A game. If you're saying the same thing more than once in more than one comment, that's not your A game, bro. You keep it going. Keep stepping it up. Walk up the stairs. All right?
His D game.
All right? This isn't like one of those fucking flat escalators at the airport that just gets you from A to B quicker where you're just doing the same
thing. Walk up the stairs. Don't fall up them like
you got to actually fucking progress. You know what I mean? Like, come on, retard is so reused, dude.
It's overused.
Yeah.
We
gotta come up with something original. Original.
Well, that's the problem with a lot of trolls like that. They have no originality.
Well, they don't
have very high IQs. They can't really think of any other words. So
exactly.
Well, you know what? I will say though, I have had some great trolls on my channel before that are really original and very entertaining. They don't come around often. Most trolls are just sad little pathetic people sitting in their home with nothing to do, and so they think because what they're used to is a bunch of pansy ass fucking YouTubers who can't take a troll.
Yep.
And so they just instantly get banned. So they assume that the minute they say anything controversial, they'll get banned and removed. And so what this has done is make it to where they've never actually had to be creative because they're usually used to getting removed pretty much immediately as soon as they say anything negative. And so they don't ever actually get good at trolling because they get removed as soon as they fucking say one thing. I don't do that here. I don't remove trolls. So you actually have to be creative to keep my attention. If you can come up with some like creative shit, keep me engaged, keep me entertained. If you can do that, good on you, bro. Good on you.
I mean, look, TC's still around. He started off as a troll,
TC did start off as a troll.
Way to assume it's a dude.
That's true. But
True.
TC's come a long way. TC's had lots of conversations over the years.
Wait, whoa. Did you just assume?
Oh, wait, hold on. He says, there we go. He's trying. Let's give him a second. He's trying. All right. I mean, you could read the comments and respond or just be like, you're not original. You keep saying the same thing. Bitch, I haven't said the same shit twice. You a bitch. Oh, that's not original, dude.
That's
No, I have had people threaten to kill me online in the last 14 years I've been on YouTube. Do you think calling me a bitch is original? Jesus Christ.
I had somebody threaten to fly me out to their house so they could whoop my ass and have their wife take care of me because they're or their mother because they're a registered nurse. Like,
I got 3. Here's the thing. Here's the problem with your comment. I got 3 comments in a row with you using the insult Hicks. Yes, you're using the same shit over and over again.
Yep, it's
Dick,
pathetic.
Southern dumbass. Dude, keep it original. You're trying to keep me and the rest of the audience entertained. See, because this is what a troll wants, right? They want the attention. So you have to keep our attention. Like, if you're not entertaining, what's the point?
Yeah, and now he's talking about a female dog. I mean,
so we're not.
It's just like, come up with something new and unusual. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that dude with a huge face who sounds like he's from the dumbest part of the South talking slow? Did he get hit in the head?
Let's talk about somebody's southern accent and assume that they're dumb.
I think he's trying. He's just not very good at it yet. But we'll give him time. We'll give him time and see if he can get good.
He's a high school dropout and trying to, like, if he's even like an adult. So he's
his intellectual in text form suggests that he is very immature.
Well, he might be a kid. I mean, hell, half the trolls on YouTube are fucking kids. They're children, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah, those are some of the worst things. Like when these Zoom sessions, when everything was working remotely, people weren't locking those down, and people get a hold of those, and they would like mob them. Zoom mobs, what they were called.
So
you're smarter than any of us, Mr. Turdhead. So
you're simulcasting on 2 channels, so people that are watching on one channel are not seeing the troll on the other channel. So it's not that interesting. But if you want to jump over to
it's really not. He hasn't said anything groundbreaking yet. He's saying he's smarter than us. Oh no, I've never heard that before from a troll.
Right. And he said that apparently he's talking about me being the dumbest, being slow talking and dumbest part of the South.
If you were smart, you'd be color. You're black and white.
Funny because you're not from the South.
That shows how dumb he actually is. You're not even from the South.
Yeah. You're Yankee.
Well, that's debatable, but I can't. Yeah, for this point, yes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Pumpkin, you've given it a good try. If you want to keep going, please feel free. But we're going to talk about other things now. So, just have fun talking in the chat. When you come up with something original, be sure to let us know, and we'll address you again. All right. Anyway, watch the new show. Watch the new show Beacon 23. This is a new sci-fi show on some I don't know if it's Apple or MGM or whatever. Never have I been this bored in the last month. And it's a sci-fi show about some dude on a space station, and it's got Cersei Lannister in it. And I was like, oh, sci-fi show with Cersei Lannister. Sounds cool.
Who is that? Who is that?
And granted, I only watched the first 2 episodes, okay? But I cannot recommend this show. If you see a trailer for it and you're like, oh, cool, sci-fi show, take that with a grain of salt, man, because I was bored out of my fucking mind for the first 2 episodes. So I may at some point go back and watch it when maybe the whole season's out and I can kind of skip through it to get to the good shit or some stuff. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But at this point, it's absolutely not a show that I can recommend.
What is it again?
It's called Beacon 23. It's a sci-fi show. It's on the website. But yeah, I can't. I cannot recommend this at this point in time. Maybe it gets better. Maybe it does.
Why did you just say it's got Sarah Connor Chronicles in it? Then I know
because most people know her as Cersei Lannister.
Yeah.
Well, plus that's a really good sci-fi series she was in, and this sounds like a terrible sci-fi series.
Touche.
So far, anyway, that's all I know. Let's see. We get a couple things. Oh, they did drop. No, they didn't. Sorry. Let me erase that here. That was something.
I wonder
else.
when we're going to get season 2 of the show from.
We already got the season 2 of the show from.
Have we?
Yeah, I already watched it. I watched it like 6 months ago.
When did they drop it? No, it ain't been that long because season 1 ended only a couple months ago, right?
No, that was season 2. That ended like back in May.
Okay, well maybe I'm thinking of the next season then.
Season 3? Yeah, I mean season 3 we probably won't get till next year sometime. So, what else? I only got a couple things here. Oh, they're doing a new Karate Kid movie with Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan. Have y'all seen that announcement that's been floating around online?
I did hear that, yeah.
I have not.
Yeah, so they're crossing the 2 franchises, which I don't understand why, because I'm going to be honest, as big of a Jackie Chan fan as I am, that Karate Kid movie he was in sucked.
Oh, yeah.
That was a horrible fucking movie. So, I mean, I guess just to have Jackie Chan in a Karate Kid movie, but it still doesn't make sense because Jackie Chan and everything in that movie, that's not karate. Just so you guys know, that's kung fu. Completely different thing.
Yep.
Okay? Why it made no sense why Jackie Chan was teaching a kid kung fu in a movie called Karate Kid. It made goddamn sense.
No.
It doesn't make much sense now, but because of Cobra Kai and my nostalgia for the Karate Kid movies back in the 80s, I am looking forward to it, and I do love Jackie Chan. So, I'm interested in this. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but honestly, at this point, I'd rather just see more Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I like Cobra Kai. I didn't like the old movies at all.
Well, because you're like what? You're almost like 10 years older than me, which means you don't have the same connection with those Karate Kid movies that I did.
No, for sure. But I never.
So,
anyway,
which, by the way, I completely understand.
Cobra Kai, though.
I'm the same age, and I didn't like the Karate Kid movies.
Yeah, I mean, I love
it's okay to be wrong, Jerry.
Even though it was never voiced back in the day, I always kind of felt like that guy was a dick. He moved into town. He was like just all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, he was totally a dick.
Being a dick. So I always thought he was the way Cobra Kai plays it. I always kind of felt that way without actually having anyone ever say it.
How I Met Your Mother, they like, well, yeah, the main character was like the what's his name from the Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah, Barney was like a firm defender of Johnny from Karate Kid.
Yeah, Johnny was the real Karate Kid.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. We'll see. I have no faith it'll be good, but I'll watch it still because I'm a dipshit.
How old is Jackie Chan
here?
now?
What?
How old is Jackie Chan now?
He's
I mean,
in his 70s.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
he's in
surprised
his
he's still able to act
not-
after all the fucking injuries he sustained over the years from doing his own stunts.
And he's not running around doing stunts anymore, is he?
Best Jackie Chan movie is Rumble in the Bronx.
Yep, that's a damn
By
good movie.
far. That movie
Yes,
holds
hands
up
down.
and is so much fun to watch, even though it's so badly dubbed. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I love that
Look-
it's like,
looking
I
like
love that
Rock.
it's dubbed like it's dubbed in English over people speaking English. Like
Yes.
the people in the movie were clearly speaking English. You can see their lips moving to the English dialogue. Yet because it was a movie that was released in China first, they didn't keep the English dialogue version of that movie. So when it got brought back here to the United States, they had to redub the whole fucking movie in English again because they didn't have the original English copy of the fucking movie.
Yes.
And it's
Danny, the kid in the wheelchair.
Oh,
His
dude.
dubbing is so bad.
oh god, it's like some of the worst acting possible. But there is nothing more fun than that movie.
Hey, my
Movie
chair.
is- that movie is so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like yeah. And I love a lot of Jackie Chan stuff, but you are right. That is Jackie Chan's best fucking movie right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway,
I can't
last
hardly
thing
watch
I
that
got
movie.
here,
It's so much
there is a new Bourne movie in production
Oh God.
with Matt
Oh,
Damon.
Lord.
I don't know anybody who gives a flying fuck about this anymore.
No.
Like I love the
You know
first
who
Bourne.
gives a crap about that movie? That troll out there. Can't wait for that.
Probably does. Well,
Yeah, probably.
you got a sweet spot for Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Quality
But-
acting.
As I have said before, I think the best Bourne movie is Bourne Legacy. It's the one that doesn't even fucking have Matt Damon in it.
I agree. I was going to say the same thing.
I agree with you on that one.
Jeremy Renner is just great about anything he does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Renner's awesome. He's way. I'd much rather watch Jeremy Renner and like if they wanted to bring back that character and do more Bourne movies, dude, I'd be like, yes, do that. But instead, we're getting more Matt Damon. Does anybody remember the last Bourne movie that came out when Matt Damon came back after Bourne Legacy? No, you don't remember it because it fucking sucked. That's why you don't remember that movie because it was awful. And if you ever saw it, you only watched it one time, then immediately fucking forgot it existed. But it was
Bourne
a
Ultimatum.
No, it was called Jason Bourne.
Oh yeah, that movie. That was fucking dumb.
It was fucking awful, and nobody saw it, and it was
They should
horrible.
Make a Jason Bourne movie that's a rom-com.
Ooh.
Should.
No.
It'd be more entertaining than seeing more Matt Damon do Jason Bourne. That's for sure.
Right. Plus, I find it hypocritical, as we said, touched on earlier, about him being anti, two-way, but yet he's made his career off of movies like that, especially
Yeah,
Jason
most
Bourne.
fucking people are.
What if you started a thing, right? Like you start a campaign, and it's the put your money where your mouth is campaign, and it's where any actor who's made a certain amount of money off of a movie that glorified violence, then they, give some percentage of that movie, the profit that they made off of glorifying violence, and then we shame them into putting millions of dollars into a fund that removes all the harm they've done to society, to our cultures.
Yeah, no, that will never happen.
Yeah, but I'm saying you could have an organization that shames them into it all the time. So every time they say something about it, you go, oh, well, Eric, you could just go to that organization and donate a bunch of the money that you've profited off of what you're complaining about right now.
Yeah. But they won't because they're hypocritical pieces of shit. So fuck them. Last thing I got here, they dropped a story this week that a new Tron movie is coming out.
Yeah.
Never enough Tron movies. Hopefully this
Never
one's
enough
wireless. This will be a Bluetooth.
Well, so because we've talked about this before, because I have a certain feeling of nostalgia from the original Tron movie. I loved it as a kid. Going back and
Right.
watching it, it does not hold up at all. Okay. And then when they came out with Tron Legacy,
I beg to
like,
differ. If you sit in front of a computer and turn a light on, there's a pretty good odds you're going to turn into a software and fall into the
probably, yes. But like when Tron Legacy came out back in like 2011, 2012, whatever the fuck it was, right? Like, I really liked that movie. I thought it's way better than the original. And I've talked about before that I would love to see them continue that, right? And it's been leaked for a while that, of all people, fucking Jared Leto has been wanting to get Tron rebooted. And he's been working on this for like 8 years. Like, it's something he's actively been involved with studios and writing stories and producing and all that shit.
Who is this?
Jared Leto. He's an Academy Award-winning actor who also musician about everything I've seen him in. I don't like Jared Leto, to be honest with you.
What's his roles or whatever?
Joker in Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
He played Morbius recently.
Yeah, I actually don't like him as an actor.
He's a better singer than he is an actor.
Yeah, he's a way better singer. Yeah.
Why do you think
30 Seconds to Mars is a great band. So, yeah, 30 Seconds to Mars is a great band. I do love their music. But anyway, he's been the one pushing to get this made, and now it is officially gotten picked up by a studio and going to be getting made. With Jared Leto starring in it as who? I don't fucking know. The movie is going to be called Tron Ares.
Yep.
Oh.
Again, this is
database thing right now.
This has been a well-known, like, this is not any, like, you can go look it up. There have been story leaks on this for years because this has been something he's been working on for a long time that he's wanted to get made. My issue is, like, I'm always down for more Tron because I really like that last movie. And I think it's a cool concept and all that kind of stuff, right? I just really don't. I've never seen a movie that Jared Leto made good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen a movie that was good because Jared Leto was in it. And in fact, sometimes quite the opposite, like Morbius. Like, I think that movie was, I think he actually actively fucking took away from that goddamn movie. Mm-hmm. So I am very concerned about this as somebody who likes the idea of Tron, grew up with Tron, liked the last Tron movie, would love to see more Tron. This does concern me a bit. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you down for more Tron with Jared Leto?
Well, I'm down for more Tron. I don't know how well it's going to be with Jared Leto being in it, but only time will tell.
I'm looking through his movies to see if I like him in any movie he's ever been in.
I don't.
Now, he's been in some really good movies. The problem is, I don't think he added anything to those movies.
He was in Lord of War, and he was
the little brother.
Yeah, he's not good
in Lord of War.
I didn't like that.
But like, he didn't make that a good movie.
No, he ruined that movie.
You know what I mean?
Well, that goes to say he may never had a decent role. Period.
Well, I mean, he's also like, for instance, I fucking love Fight Club. It's one of my favorite movies. He's in that movie. Did he add anything to that fucking movie? No.
He was just.
I don't even remember him being in Fight Club.
He was the guy that the main character was jealous of. That he beat the shit out of.
Oh, that's right.
Beat him to a bloody pulp.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Can't remember him.
Very
forgettable. Wait, I take that back. That was the best role he ever played.
Where he got the shit out of him. Yeah.
Yes.
It says he's in American Psycho. What was he in American Psycho?
Really?
He played one of the corporate execs that worked with the main character.
Oh. And then Phone Booth, was he the only one in Phone Booth, or was he like the bad guy?
No, I don't remember him from Phone Booth.
Who's the bad guy in Phone Booth? Do you remember?
In the movie,
he's the bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
I've only ever seen that movie once, so.
It was the 24 guy. What's his name? He was the bad guy. Who's the who's a vampire?
One with Colin Farrell in it, right?
Yeah, Phone Book's Colin Farrell.
Yes, and who was the bad guy? The guy from 24.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've only ever seen that movie once, so.
Oh yeah. The guy.
I don't remember who the bad guy was in that movie.
Sheen, no, not Sheen.
Is that a movie worth going back and rewatching?
Yes.
Phone Booth.
I remember when I went to go watch Tron Legacy in the theater, they started playing the wrong movie. And everybody else in the theater just sat there and started watching the wrong movie. I was the one that got up and told them, hey, this is not the right movie.
Wow.
How long did it take? You get the credits, right away.
You gotta love when the audience just doesn't give a fuck. I just played fucking whatever.
But if it didn't have a title, how long would it take for you to realize you're watching the wrong movie? You know, if it didn't
Right.
tell you.
It was pretty obvious. I forget what it was they were playing wrong, but it was like I looked around. I was like, is nobody else going to get up and tell them that they're playing the wrong damn movie?
Oh, there you go. Kiefer Sutherland. That's the guy's name. Kiefer Sutherland.
That's the guy.
Well, whatever.
So I have a question. Have you heard any more on when we're supposed to get, or if they started filming Constantine 2?
I have not. I mean, I heard they were fucking making it, and
I
that
heard-
Keanu Reeves was signed on, but I have not heard anything else. Of course, that was what, the beginning of this year?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe the writer's strike and all that shit put it, delayed it like everything. I have no idea. But I haven't heard anything else about it.
I wasn't sure because I know you tend to hang around in those areas where you hear more about shit coming out than I do. So
Constantine is also a decent character.
I mean, I'm hoping it's a go and everything's moving forward on it and all that shit, because it definitely I love Constantine. I know it's not exactly comic book accurate, but it's such a good movie. Like it's a really fucking good movie.
I would love to get it next year sometime.
I would love for them to do Constantine 2 and have it be part of the new fucking DC universe shit.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that would. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like what I wish they would have done with Wesley Snipes' Blade character. Instead of just recasting him, just retcon it where he's always been part of it. Nobody knew about it. Let him be older.
Yeah,
he can be like a Whistler character of somebody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed. Bring him in, man. You got plenty of history that people love. Bring it in. Bring it into what you're doing.
Oh, they're doing a live action Berserk from the comic. His comic book, like a Keanu Reeves comic book, where it's starring him. It's called Berserk. It's spelled weird.
I've heard of it. I've never read it. So
they're doing a live action movie, and it's in pre-production.
Okay, what's the comic about? I mean, I heard he had a comic called Berserk. That's as much as I know.
No clue. I've never read it. It was very successful. That's all I know.
Okay.
And a John Wick spinoff, The Ballerina.
Yeah, from what I have seen of this, I have no interest in it.
Yeah.
Just like what was the show that just came out? The Continental, right? I watched the first episode and a half of that, and I was so fucking bored that I just stopped watching. I think the whole season's out now. I haven't watched it. It bored the shit out of me.
Oh, and Kujanis was actually like the spelling on that Berserk. It's Brzrkr. It's weird. Berserker.
Okay. So they took out all the vowels. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
They must be
why? For reasons. That's why. So.
Oh my.
Berserker.
Berserker.
The credits from John Wired Shut or something, I guess.
Maybe. I can't form an E. Yeah, anyway. I mean, think about it. If you're on Wheel of Fortune and you know Berserker is on there and you just get the E and the R, you've won, right? Like anybody can figure that out. Anyway.
I still love that Wheel of Fortune clip where they kept the same two people said kept saying paddle boat, and it was like pedal boat.
Well, I've gone through all my topics. I do want to share last night to the audience and Jared. I did order some stuff on Amazon last night. I ended up breaking down and ordering some stuff on Amazon. However, it wasn't all Black Friday stuff. Actually, I found one thing that was a Black Friday deal that I was looking at, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I'd like to get this." And then I was like, well, fuck, why am I just getting one thing? So I started looking, and honestly, their Black Friday shit was not impressing me. So I actually ended up just buying some stuff I had wanted to pick up anyway. But I picked up I picked up that Legend of Dritz golden D&D figure. Have you seen that one?
Oh yeah, you were the same. You pointed it out.
Yeah,
last night.
this is like one of these figures that, like, from what I can tell, it had nothing to do with the Dungeons and Dragons movie that they released figures on, and it had nothing to do with the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon that they released figures on. And since I've never played D&D, I don't know if I'm assuming this is a game character, or from one of the campaigns or something. I don't know who he is. I just know the figure looks really cool, and they had it on Black Friday sale, so I wanted to pick him up, so I got him. I also ordered, because I've been meaning to order him for a while, G.I. Joe Classified's Lowlight, because he's a favorite character of mine. I love how he's just such a fucking grumpy asshole. I love his character.
It's like him and one of my favorite figures as a kid too. He's like,
yeah, him and Beachhead are like the two grumpy assholes on G.I. Joe, and I love them. Anyway, so I ordered him, and then because I haven't done it yet, and I've been meaning to for a while, I picked up Ryu and Chun-Li from Jada Toys. I've been meaning to pick the two of them up, so because I haven't gotten any of the Jada Toys stuff yet. I haven't, I've been hearing nothing but good things about all their shit, and I haven't been able to actually like get any of it and actually do it. So, I picked those up. I should have them here by the time we do our Friday chat.
I think my Chun-Li is in my Chosen Prime shipment too.
Oh, you haven't gotten Chun-Li? I thought you already got Chun-Li.
I only got the Ryu. Well, I've had her in my my roller stash at the Chosen Prime for a while. I just never.
Okay. Her. Did you? And you didn't get Fei Long?
They haven't got the Fei Long yet for some reason.
Okay, because Amazon had Chun-Li, Ryu, and Fei Long. Ken hasn't dropped yet. I'm waiting for Ken to drop. I do want to get Ken. Dude, I hope they do a Blanca figure. I really do. I so want a good Blanca, like a good Blanca figure.
Yeah.
And who was it? Was it Storm Collectibles? Who did that one Blanca figure? Was it Storm Collectible? No, not was. Somebody did like a 6-inch scale Blanca figure that I looked at, and it was ridiculously expensive, and it also looked like it sucked.
Probably Storm.
Maybe it was Storm. Yeah. Oh shit! I missed a super chat. I'm sorry, Justin. I apologize. I'm so sorry, bro. He says, hey, man, I sent you the link to the G.I. Joe Classifieds Cobra Viper 3-pack figures through Instagram Messenger. Hopefully the sale hasn't ended. No, I did see that. I didn't end up picking them up. I'm going to be honest with you, because I saw them, and they're it's like a 3-pack for $44.99 on Amazon.
That's
for the
not a great deal.
Which is awesome, by the way. But I kind of tapped out my budget with the other 4 figures I want, and I'm like, I can't drop another. Because I wanted Lowlight. I wanted the 2 Street Fighter figures, and I wanted to get this Dungeons and Dragon figure. And so I made a sacrifice, and I didn't get the Viper pack because I wanted the other figures more, even though they were a much better fucking deal. Oh shit! Now he's saying it's $39.99.
I think you need to go back and look at that.
Why are you tempting me like this, bro?
Yeah, because he knows you.
Dude, that's a really good price for 3 Vipers. Fuck you, dude.
Get it.
Making me spend money. Fucking asshole.
Man-made credit cards for a reason.
What's up, everybody?
Anyway.
Yo, you got fucking Street Fighter 2 characters, but you didn't get E Honda?
They haven't made him yet. They haven't made him yet.
That makes me sad. I'm just
They
sad,
have
man.
not made him yet.
Yeah, well, I'm sad.
Which I hope they will. I want to get all the the whole collection from the original Street Fighter 2. I hope they make them all.
Yeah,
so far they've only dropped.
Who's your guys' character? Like, if you had to play Street Fighter
for me, it was
versus
Blanca,
me,
dude.
versus me right now, who would you lose with?
Who would you lose with?
Blanca.
Mr.
Blanca every fucking time. Blanca.
Yeah.
I like the Ryu and Ken. I was like,
all right, yeah. And actually, even though my name is E Honda, that's who I would beat you with, is Ryu.
I would take all the Capcom fighting games when I was younger. beat every one of them with every character.
I used to.
All right. I mean, when we meet up, I feel a Street Fighter tournament coming on.
That'd be awesome.
With shit talking rights from here until the end of time.
Sure.
The hardest.
Oh, I mean, you could say sure. I'm putting my nuts on the fucking table, bro. Are you putting your nuts on the table?
One of the hardest.
You would probably.
That's the way you play video games. That's a weird way to play video games.
Yeah.
I don't think the table can handle that many nuts.
Oh, I used to rage at get pissed too. It's like they would have like protective screen over top of like the video games. I shattered on them one time. So it's like I was at the final boss. I got killed. There was like big crash sound. I was like,
I like Street Fighter.
Right now, dude,
crushed.
you would probably whoop the shit out of me. I have not played Street Fighter 2 since the 90s. Okay.
Yeah. I was more a fan of the Street Fighter Alpha series of games. You know,
See, everyone's already coming up with excuses why they're going to
Street Fighter
lose.
Alpha
I know.
1,
It's fine.
I have not played that game in like 25 fucking years.
Yep. And,
I'll play,
and,
but
yep,
I don't know how good I'll be, but I'll play.
You obviously have. Although games I do play, like, I don't know, Left 4 Dead 2, where I beat your ass every fucking time in kill count and headshots and everything else.
Loser says what?
Loser say what?
Yep,
What
see
are you saying? What are you saying?
Here comes the new challenger.
Get me on a game that I play regularly, and then we'll talk.
All you play is
we're
like
not.
shooting first-person shooter games.
It is true, and you know what? And you know what did that to me? It was fucking Halo. I got so big into Halo, it became like my favorite game of all time. Still is. That it did. It kind of fucked me up, and that's the kind of games I like to play now. Which sucks because I really miss playing like fucking strategy shit like fucking Halo Wars and StarCraft. I need to fucking get back into those games because I really
play StarCraft. I've got StarCraft.
I still remember one of the last times I was in an arcade and I was playing the Marvel the X-Men Capcom game. I was on the final boss. I was fighting Apocalypse. I almost had him down. And some dipshit comes in, sticks his quarter in. Mind if I play and hit start? It's like, you fucker.
Marvel versus
I mean, if you want to play StarCraft, we could do StarCraft too. Ask Xanatos how. Dude, I beat him like 17 times in a row until he quit.
Yeah, I watched Honda play Xanatos, and Xanatos is like, I'm done.
And Xanatos plays StarCraft constantly. Like,
well, I'm not saying I'm good at StarCraft. I'm just saying I like playing it. I enjoy those.
That's probably one of my favorite like game styles. Is the real time
the
strategy.
RTS stuff is awesome, man. I love playing those games. That's why I like,
a good one.
dude. And one of my favorites, honestly, because they updated a lot of stuff, was when they did Halo Wars, which they had done Halo Wars later, so it had better graphics and everything else. But it's basically StarCraft, is all Halo Wars is. It's just It's just a ripoff of StarCraft with a fucking Halo mask over the top of it. But the gameplay is like,
dude, the original. Do you know what the original RTS is? The original RTS game was,
isn't it Command and Conquer?
Dune was before Command and Conquer. There was a Dune RTS from like, I don't know what, like the graphics are like 1989. Like, I don't fucking know. It's like, it's pretty bad, but it's fucking StarCraft. Like, that's what it is, dude. That's what it is. They created an entire genre with that game.
Now, what was first? Was it StarCraft or Warcraft? Wasn't Warcraft first? The first Warcraft?
Warcraft was before StarCraft, yes.
Warcraft, yes.
And then
not to be confused with World of Warcraft, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, or any other Warcraft.
Regular crafts were first.
Well, it goes like this, okay, guys? It goes Warcraft, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, and then World of Warcraft that almost everybody knows these days.
You know, I've never played World of Warcraft ever, not once. Not one
I have
time.
also never played that game.
I just refused to pay for it, so like I played on a private server for a little while, and then I realized I like vagina, so
I played it for a little while, and I just
vagina is nice.
It feels pretty nice, and I really don't like it when you play World of Warcraft. That's what I realized.
To get a surgery, so you went to work so you could pay for that surgery. Is that what you mean?
The one RPG I got into was City of Heroes.
I never played City of Heroes. I know a lot of people that had a lot of fun making their own characters on that. Apparently, there was
a long time, didn't it? You can play it for free right now.
Didn't?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I heard they shut those servers down. Did they not?
They did. But what happened was the developers made a copy and was running their own servers in secret for years. And they'd invite people in and have them sign like an NDA, don't tell nobody about it. And you had one dude just throw a hissy fit that got kicked out and told everybody about it. So they opened it up for everybody. And you can go and play for free. And the people at Squaresoft, they don't give a shit.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because I remember when they were shutting down the servers, that was like big news on the Geek forums. Like people were pissed.
Oh, yeah. They shut down the servers to make use them for a new game coming out.
My life hasn't been the
so
same
you can play it
since.
for free right now. It's called City of Heroes Homecoming. I log into it every now and then.
Yeah, that
I've
whole
got to the
fiasco
point
put
where
my
I
life in
can't
a new
really
direction.
advance without help. I'm at 50 plus, and to get to finish up missions when you're 50 plus, you need teammates. The arch villains are just regen too fast.
Heroes Homecoming. Is it like online play? Like where do you download this, or do you download it, or do you just play online?
You go to the Homecoming forum, you make an account there, and then you just download the game and install it, and you play it online.
Well, that's cool.
You'll
Yeah, that was one of those
your
I always wanted to try and just fucking never did. So
you should try it out sometime when you get some time.
Another good one was DC Universe Online.
It was very much like City of Heroes. Well,
I heard a lot of good things about that one too.
Yeah, you could play as either a good guy or a bad guy. It was good.
Did you ever play Marathon? It's the precursor.
Yeah, the precursor to Halo.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was Marathon and Marathon 2. Each game took like 160 hours of gameplay or something ridiculous like that to finish.
So I had a
they're doing
friend
that.
who was big into Marathon back in like 2000 or whatever the fuck it was, or 1990, whenever the fuck that the game was out. And I'll be honest, I don't even remember if it was the first one or the second one. And I went over to his house a couple times and played. I never had the game myself. I didn't even know for years that was the precursor to Halo. It wasn't until like probably Halo 3 came out that I realized, oh shit. I mean, it's not. I mean, it is the precursor. It's not an in-universe precursor per se, but it is. I don't know. There's a lot of Marathon Easter eggs in Halo.
Honestly, dude, I played both of those games all the way through before anyone had ever heard of any of them, and I still talk about them to this day because of how much fun I had playing them. And it's amazing to me that, like, I don't know, they just never gained any traction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of good RTS games, I love the Command and Conquer series. If you've ever heard of Command and Conquer, because they were a great series of RTS games. They also made a certain series called Command and Conquer Red Alert, where the Soviet Union never died.
You don't have enough Tiberium.
I put a link in the chat for the Homecoming server.
Yeah, I've got it pulled up here.
Yeah, I've got it pulled up too.
Some of the people in chat were talking about it. I figured share it with them.
I mean, Matt, if you need somebody to jump in and hang out with you, I'm willing to take a shot at it.
I'm on the Excelsior.
He's willing to take his pants off for you, Matt.
Ooh,
if y'all get online,
how else are you going to put your nuts on the table to play video games?
For those that want to get on City Heroes, give it a try. I'm on Excelsior. If I can show you around a little bit.
All right, let me download this.
Nerds.
Yep.
Nerd.
Need any coaching on any of these games? Let me know.
Enter the words between the commas backwards. What?
Do I know?
It's giving me some fucking bullshit ass. What? Enter the word between the commas backwards.
Penis.
What word?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've had mine installed for a while, so I don't know what.
SINES or SINEP.
There we go.
SDRAW. I have no idea what the fuck it's asking me to do here.
It says to enter my bank password. Oh well, okay.
So what is City of Heroes? Is it like World of Warcraft for straight people?
There is no such thing as World of Warcraft for straight people.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
You can play as a hero or a villain, but I always just do a hero because there's more people in those servers.
What is it, Precious? Someone eating potato chips right now?
Fuck was that?
ASMR break.
That'll get you hard.
Hold on, I gotta drink some water. Sorry about that.
And it's devolved.
There we go. We went straight to big jokes. It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
At least it took 2 hours.
Okay, at least one of the people out there agrees with me on the Red Alert series. Thank you.
That troll.
And the reason that you get the most kills on Left 4 Dead isn't because you're the best. It's because you stand in the doorways and shoot everyone in the butthole when they get in front of you.
You stand in front of everybody so they shoot you in the butthole.
What's funny about this is I will stand somewhere and shoot zombies, and then somebody will fucking walk in front of me like a moron and then get mad at me. I'm like, I'm
right,
sitting...
because you stand in the doorway so no one can get her. So all of the zombies are yours to kill and no one else's. And the only way that you can get a kill too is if you jump in front of the machine gun stream and take a couple butthole bullets.
Because we all know you get all the zombie kills at the doorway when you're leaving the fucking,
That's what you do. I'm just saying. I'm stating facts. That's all.
That is not how I beat you in kills, by the way.
That is how you beat everyone in kills all the time. Yes.
No, it is not.
Every time.
Yeah, because that one part at the beginning of every game that's the key to.
That's the strategy. You stand in the. If there's a doorway, you stand in it. That's what you do. It's fine. I'm just calling it out, bro. I mean, you can get upset about it. But,
I'm not upset about it.
You seem upset about it.
You're the one that's a sore loser. Beat every time and spanked like a little girl.
Not every time. Half the time. Sometimes.
Half the time.
30% of the time, I win. All the time.
Like maybe 5% of the time. Maybe 5%. Now, by the way, it always more than equals out by the end of the 4 levels in each game that you always get beat. But there are
you always have the most friendly fire too.
Yeah, because dumbasses.
That's the other thing that you always win at.
Don't walk in front of me when I'm shooting. Why the fuck would you do that?
Well, you also
because we want to get kills too, and you're standing in the doorway.
I'm just saying,
like to shoot people off the ladders.
I did that one time, and it was fucking hilarious.
It was fucking hilarious, by the way.
So, I'm just saying.
I know someone in the chat doesn't agree with that.
They don't, but it was still fucking hilarious. So, anyway.
You doorway standing son of
a bitch. All right,
bitch.
everybody out there, all you penises and vaginas. I'm sorry if I assumed you have one or the other. But it is time to shut this one down for this evening. He's got a bonus hole. It's time to shut this one down for the evening. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'm going to go eat fucking dinner because I'm starving. But we will see you guys. Let's see. We'll be back. Well, we'll be back here on the Geek Fusion channel on Friday. Of course, I got videos coming out. I got a video I got to post tomorrow. But we'll be back on the Geek Fusion channel on Friday. We got Toy Chat on the simulcast Geek Fusion, Collector Fusion, also known as Collector Fusion Express TV, Geek. Just mix them all up together once. Why not? We'll be doing Toy Talk on Friday. We got more Geek Chat next Saturday. I'll be dropping videos throughout this week on the NEA channel. We still got Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all this week. So lots of stuff, lots of entertainment. Collector Fusion will be live tomorrow night. Then a little bit later, you got Honda will be live again, depending on what you want to watch. So lots of stuff for your entertainment every day. You're welcome.
Just warn everybody.
Eye-hole pleasure.
Bullshit.
Because my stream is considered violent and hateful content.
And tomorrow night, Jared is going to tear apart Little People live on chat. That's what he like. That's how he gets his rocks off. That's how he gets his rocks off. He tears them. He rips them from limb to limb, just shreds them apart for your viewing entertainment. And then, like Frankenstein, like Dr. Frankenstein, pieces them back together again into just horrific little piles of meat for you to consume. Anyway.
I'm a grown-up Sid from Toy Story.
Yes. That's exactly what it is. I think maybe that's it. Somebody at YouTube just watched Toy Story 2 too many times and you have offended them.
Apparently
they
so.
really don't like Sid. But anyway. All right, guys, that's it. We're going to get out of here. We'll see you guys later. Have fun. Take it easy, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And, we'll see you guys next time. Later, dudes.
Later.